Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, all my people, man. I see y'all in the chat going up already. I see the flames going up. Looks like everybody's feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to talk about some San Francisco 49er football as they get ready to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. That matchup, everything that goes into it, and some interesting things I noticed while watching the Jaguars. But San Francisco 49ers morning show, let's go.
Intercepted. It is picked off by Crocker over midfield. He'll run it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Crock TV podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the San Francisco 49ers Morning Show. I'm your host, former NFL and NFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. I'm ready to talk some 49er football, and obviously I have to go through, the little things pre-show already. So if you haven't already, make sure you listen to and follow or whatever it is, subscribe, all that good stuff to the Locked On 49ers show, Locked On NFL Draft show. Obviously, I'm a co-host on both of those shows, so make sure you guys tune in to the Locked On Network stuff. I'm ready to talk some football, baby. I just watched the Jaguars against the Colts. I got some takeaways. And now on top of that, I watched the Patriots last night, right? And everybody talks about Mac Jones. And obviously, I've seen Mac Jones. Like, I really watched his film in college. So I was like, okay, like I know who Mac Jones is. I liked him, all that good stuff. I've tuned in here and there and seen him throughout this year. I'm like, okay, I can see why. Okay. And then I watched him last night and I'm like, okay. Then I watched Trevor Lawrence this morning and I'm like, okay. All right. So we're going to get into all that. Again, make sure if you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, hold on. I need to change the way I said this because somebody DM me. I don't know if it was you that DM me. Somebody DM me and said that I'm saying the word wrong. So I keep saying Jaguar, but it's Jaguar. How do you say it? Because I'm saying it wrong. Somebody DM me and told me. Yeah. Crock show with a man last night. Hey, man, if you guys didn't tune in, man, my guy, a man in the dream. I was on his YouTube channel, man. Great kid. He asked me who my top 5 favorite all-time cornerbacks were. And that's something, obviously, like the top 5 cornerbacks of all time. That's really subjective. But my favorite, Deion Sanders, he's at the top. And then my next guys, I couldn't really put them in like a specific order, but my list goes off of guys that like impacted my life one way or another. Obviously I played the defensive back position. So these were guys that like, I love these guys. I loved watching them. Maybe I watched some of their film to steal some of their stuff. So it was Deion. He was number 1. When I was a kid on the playground, like I'm high stepping, I'm doing all that. I used to wear the headband around my neck. Like I thought I was Deion Sanders. So he's been the most influential and impactful of my life, like Deion Sanders. My guy Abel is right here. I got a picture. I got a high school football picture from our sophomore year with me, my guy Abel right here. And I got a purple headband around my neck. So our high school is purple. So shout out to my dog Abel in the chat this morning. But yeah, I thought I was Deion when I was a kid, man. So Deion, hands down, the most influential like impact on me. And then the other guys, Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson. I had on my door as a child, again, 49er fan, but I had a poster of Charles Woodson in the Raiders, and that was the door. Like when you open the door to go into my room, and me and my brother, we shared a room. Me and my big brother, we shared a room. But when you open our door, we had a poster of Charles Woodson on our door. My brother's a diehard Cowboy fan. I'm a diehard Niner fan, but that was how much we love watching Charles Woodson. So you have, so these are my guys. You got Deion, number 1 for sure. Then you got Woodson, you got Champ Bailey. And then as I got older, these are guys that I either loved watching them or I tried to take something from them. And that was Darrelle Revis, and had probably one of the best years for a cornerback ever with what he did in 1 year, putting him on the island. And I saw the film. He was on an island. But I had Revis, Antonio Cromartie, because I was a taller, longer corner, right? I know you guys can't really tell how tall I am on here, but 6'1", 6'1.5". I could be listed at 6'2", like so taller, longer corner. All right, so I watched a lot of Antonio Cromartie, YouTubes, all that. It just so happened that I ended up being able to be on the same team as Cromartie and Revis, and that was pretty cool. But Cromartie and then Richard Sherman, just with how he approached the game, the tenacity, the trash talking, like his tackling ability, the ball hawking skills. Like I love that about him. Now, obviously, he cost the 49ers 2 Super Bowls, whether it was him getting beat in the Super Bowl or him knocking the ball away and the 49ers not being able to go to the Super Bowl. But Richard Sherman, just from like the way he approached the game, the way he played the game, loved it. So those are my top 6. And again, those are guys that were impactful on me. I know there are other guys that are really good. Dill Green, Rod Woodson. But a lot of those dudes like were kind of older as I was coming up. And I didn't pay maybe as much attention to those guys. So I respect their game and what they did. Mel Blount, way back. I never watched a game of him live. So I respect those guys, but I just never really watched those guys like literally like I'm watching them. I'm studying like I'm trying to be like them. Like they didn't have that type of impact on me. So, somebody's in here like, man, what about this guy? What about that guy? Like, yeah, nah. But anyways, my guy said, damn, bro, it's 6 a.m. Man, where you been, man? We're here live every morning, 5 days a week, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 5 days a week. And you might be the only one. Now, I don't want to say you're the only one that don't know that, but we usually have up to 250 to 350 live viewers in here. So it's early, but there's a lot of people commuting, a lot of people getting up, getting ready, and they like to hear this talk. So yeah, man, you late, bruh. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's feeling good. Obviously, I'm in good spirits. Got my 1-9 beanie on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Vince Carter, Elevate 209 19. You know what I'm saying? We out there. I'm always gonna represent. Love my dog Vince, VC. All right. But y'all ready to get into this? So you already know, y'all know how this works. All right. I'm gonna go through. I watched the Jaguars. I got some takeaways from that whole thing. And then I'm going to get into some things just, with the matchup and everything. And then, get into obviously the callers, get you guys on live, get y'all, whatever it is that y'all want to talk about. We're going to do that. All right. Like my dog Eddie said, shout out to my dog Eddie. He's in here every morning. Says, yo, yeah, hit that like, people. 28. Damn, that's right, man. Let's go. Let's go. This got to be the biggest show of the week, baby. This got to be the biggest show of the week. Let's go. I got fans on the East Coast. All right. So let's get into it. I got to take real quick. Okay, hold on, Trice. Hold on. See, I was about to get to my take, and then I saw this. Where's it at? Trice. This can't be a trap game. Like, the 49ers aren't good enough to have a trap game with the Jaguars, right? Like, the 49ers have to prove that they can win 2 games in a row. So definitely not a trap game for the 49ers. Now the 49ers are sitting at, 7-2 or something like that, 7, whatever. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, you got Jaguars coming up. But right now, 49ers got to prove some stuff, baby. They got to prove that they can win multiple games in a row in dominating fashion. And they haven't done that yet. And we're going to get into that. All right, but first I want to talk about these quarterbacks because the rookie quarterback thing has been a really hot topic. And, we see highlights, we see things, we know what some guys are doing. I'm looking at, the New England Patriots being led by Mac Jones, and they're on a 5-game winning streak, I believe. I mean, they're in a playoff spot. I think the 5th seed right now. Like, Patriots are cooking. And I'm watching them last night. And again, I really like Mac Jones. For those of you who don't know, I actually started the whole air that hoe out thing with Mac Jones. So let me pull it up. Y'all know I got it. Mac Jones, air that hoe out. All right, so boom, got it. So this was way back in, because everybody thinks that people just be hating on Mac Jones. Not hating on him. All right, so this was way back in maybe October. And all this ties into what I'm seeing from the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, but here we go. Read this tweet. For anybody that thinks that I just don't like Mac Jones or I don't think he's a good quarterback, and these things are consistent. I actually have a whole thread on him really talking about his pocket awareness, his footwork in the pocket, his ability to make some throws, some of the things I had concerns about. But overall, I like Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones. All right, so early, but my guess is that Mac Jones from Alabama is the most Kyle Shanahan quarterback. Again, this is from October 12th, 2020, so well before the draft process. He's tough, not very mobile, runs offense efficiently, not a huge arm, but will air that hole out. So that's where that whole thing came from, air that hole out. Everybody, they loved it. All right, gets the ball out of his hands now. Thought he was a quick decision maker, great processor. Haven't seen him really create outside the structure of the play call. These are things I know people are saying this later, but this is October 12th, 2020 from Stockton, California. I hadn't even moved to Arkansas yet. All right, so this is a little while ago. All right, now, I saw that to say, I'm watching the Patriots last night, and I got a takeaway. Mac Jones, more times than not, when he drops back, he's pretty comfortable. And he's really comfortable with what he says. Again, this all ties in to what I'm seeing from the Jaguars, and we're going to get into the Jaguars. But I want to talk about these rookie quarterbacks a little bit. I watched Mac Jones, and I'm looking, and some of the things that I thought of him pre-draft, I noticed last night. I think he does a terrific job of understanding everything and getting the ball out right now, right? He, got guys open, boom, and I will say early on, he was extremely efficient. I think maybe he threw like one incomplete pass or two incomplete passes in the first half. He had guys open, and I thought he had clear, defined reads. All right. So what I mean by that is when he drops back and whatever he's thinking, like, okay, I know I got to get my ball to this guy right here for a 5-yard game. Boom, 5 yards. Boom, 7 yards. He might have a guy. He had Jonnu Smith early on. I don't even think it had any air yards. It was like a throw at the line of scrimmage on a quick little out route. Jonnu Smith broke a tackle, picked up 17 yards. I thought he was really good with really knowing where the 5-yard hit was. Boom, 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 boom. He's dealing. I thought he had really clean, defined reads. I thought the offensive line protected extremely well. And I thought Mac Jones looked good. I did not think that Mac Jones he didn't have to play above any type of bad circumstances. I think if you're a quarterback, this was the most ideal situation to be in as a quarterback. With what I saw yesterday, he wasn't consistently under pressure, even though he got sacked a few times. But on the typical drop back, I mean, it was boom, 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 guys open. Like, just the spacing was great. He didn't really have to make the tight window throws. And I think that really allowed him to be really comfortable. So when he did have to make somewhat of a tight window throw, I thought he did well with that, right? So those were things that I saw with him. I always talk about time clocks when it comes to quarterbacks and really cornerbacks as well. And your clock can get really sped up. And you start to kind of play this sort of like hero ball. All right, now, Mac Jones, I thought it was good, but I just thought, I'm watching it and I'm like, if you are a solid quarterback, you should be good in that offense with what it was and what they asked of him, at least last night. That was my first time really just sitting and watching the entire New England Patriots game with him. I did watch the Cowboys one, but like the entire game, sitting down watching, I was like, okay, he does these things well. I see it, and okay, like that's good. My pushback, not on him, just with the way these rookies are being graded, the level of difficulty in which what he was asked to do was not high. So again, when we have to keep these things into perspective, because I just watched Jacksonville. I wasn't sure what to expect. This is my first time watching them. And the circumstances are not even close. The circumstances are not close. And what I mean by that, when you watch the Jaguars, like just go back, watch the Patriots, watch that game last night, and then just sit and watch the Jaguars. It's night and day between what the quarterback is asked to do, right? And what I mean by that is, like, Trevor Lawrence, when he drops back, he's in trouble. Damn near every time. Like these circumstances, they're not created equal. And again, this is me. I'm talking right now because I just saw it. Like I just saw it, and I'm just like, whoa, this is night and day from what I saw last night with a guy who was dropping back, comfortable, nice protection, clear, defined reads, guys wide open, hit the 5-yard pass, hit the 6-yard pass, good protection. Like I watched that. Then I watched the Jaguars. Free runners left and right. Trevor Lawrence having to run for his life, having to try to throw down the field. Everything is a tight window throw. I mean, it was like, I felt bad. I felt bad for Trevor Lawrence. Now, here's the thing. I didn't watch the all 22 game film, so I can't tell you if Trevor was running because maybe he wasn't getting the ball out his hands as quick. Where the concept designed for him to be able to do that, I'm not sure. But the first thing that jumped out to me, and it was immediate. Trevor Lawrence is in trouble. Trevor Lawrence is in trouble. And this thing, it was consistent throughout this game. Now, it's just one game I watched the Jaguars. Got to go back, watch some other games. But every time I've seen even highlight like some things of Trevor Lawrence, a lot of it, he's in trouble. Now, one thing I did notice with Trevor Lawrence, all right, and I'm starting with Trevor Lawrence, he is extremely talented. That is clear. That is clear. I watched him drop back, you know what I'm saying, back against the goal line. He dropped back, threw the ball 30 yards down the field on the left sideline, dropped it in right over the DB to the running back Agnew, and I'm going to talk about Agnew, dropped it in right into his hands, and the DB punched it out. But it was just like, wow, like the level of difficulty in which everything has to be so perfect. Everything has to be so perfect with what he's asked to do. It's night and day with what I saw from the Patriots offense last night. So I think we've been comparing these quarterbacks and some of their early level of success, and I don't think it's fair. And that was something that really jumped out immediately. I just watched the Patriots last night, full game. I just watched the Jaguars this morning, and I'm like, you can't compare guys. Don't compare these quarterbacks in these situations. I have also heard people talk about Zach Wilson, and it's somewhat of the same, right? Now with Zach, a lot of what I'm hearing from the Jets fans is he has to learn to get the ball out of his hands right now. So maybe everything is clear and defined reads and stuff like that. I'd say the 49ers offense. I think what I saw from the Patriots and then the 49ers offense. The 49ers offense has, okay, here's the difference between what I saw Patriots, Mac Jones, and 49ers with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. The Patriots offense, I think the spacing is much better, and there's clear and defined reads to get the ball out now and get the 5-6 yard plays. And all right, we're good with that. That's not how the 49ers offense is. The 49ers offense is predicated on like this really good timing, and the windows aren't big. How many times do you see when you see 49ers throw the ball, the windows aren't necessarily typically big. Sometimes things will be schemed open and the guy will be open, but everything is more downfield unless it's a timing route, like a slant right now. And if you get it and you hit it right there, you'll have a decent game. But the offenses, the way they're called and what these quarterbacks are asked to do, even 49ers offense and the Patriots offense, completely different. I think the 49ers offense is more like they're kind of looking for a little bit more chunk plays. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, I'm not this offensive minded guru person or anything like that, but everything with the 49ers offense is it looks like to set it up for catch and run opportunities and hit big chunk plays over the middle on deep crossers and things like that, right? That's what I see for 49ers. Even the Patriots offense, it's different. It's different. It's like 5-yard stop, hook up in this open area, throw the ball to him, and he gets 7 yards. And then, I felt like all game they were never behind the sticks. It was just like window throw, boom, 5 yards, take that, catch, run the ball with the running back Stevenson, who's doing really good. Run the ball with Harris, 4-yard pass, boom, 3-yard pass, boom, 5-yard in, boom. And it was just like, it's I know people say dink and dunk, but it was really just kind of wild to me to watch that offense, watch the Jaguars, know what the 49ers are, and just see just a totally different circumstance. So the 49ers offense with Jimmy Garoppolo, everybody says Jimmy Garoppolo is like a dink and dunk. Jimmy doesn't, or check down. Jimmy doesn't really check down. Jimmy's not really checking down. Jimmy Garoppolo is throwing it's like timing routes that are set up to get him catch and run opportunities, right? So everybody thinks it's check down because he's not throwing the ball down the field, but it's like you got to hit the window, right? So you got to be really accurate in the 49ers offense. I think that Mac Jones is accurate. I don't think that Mac Jones has to be very accurate because a lot of times when he's throwing to a guy, there's really not a lot of guys around him. It's just like, we're going to throw, we're going to take what we get. Boom. You just have to hit this guy right here in this area. And a lot of things are wide open. That was just kind of some of the things that I noticed. So I see 8.2 yards a throw. Now, here's the thing with yards per throw. And again, we're going to get into the 49ers against the Jaguars. Here's the things with yards per throw. All right. If Deebo Samuel catches a 5-yard slant and takes it 60 yards, or if Deebo Samuel catches a screen on 3rd and 20 and takes it 83 yards, that factors into the yards per throw. So I think air yards is a little bit more indicative of if a guy's kind of pushing the ball down the field a little bit. And even then, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is top 10 in that, which probably would be surprising for a lot of people. All right, but anyways, let's get to this game. I appreciate everybody. Oh, I had a contribution. If our 49ers lose to the Jags, do we see Lance next? No. Unless Kyle Shanahan panics or overreacts, I want to say no. A few weeks ago, Kyle Shanahan said that he didn't think Jimmy Garoppolo was one game away or one bad game away from being benched. And I think that holds true even now. I don't think Jimmy's one bad game away from being benched. So he's strung together 3 straight really good games. I think last game he had like the highest QBR, which QBR factors in like everything is different than passer rating. And this QBR for last game was really high. It was like 96 something, and that's graded out of 100. So you get 90 some QBR, like you're playing high level football. So I don't think Jimmy is one game away from being benched. And as well, the 49ers still kind of in the playoff hunt. So it would be a bad loss. That's for sure. It will be a bad loss. We are not seeing a trade until we are mathematically out of the playoff race. And I don't think the 49ers will be mathematically out of the playoff race until maybe week 18, the last week of the season. All right, let's get into what I saw from the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, and how we're going to kind of prepare for this. So the first thing I noticed with the Jaguars and the Colts, aside from Trevor Lawrence running for his life, 49ers have to get the run game going because that was the first thing that the Colts did. They established a run game. I mean, and it was like gaping holes. Now, we could say maybe because they have Jonathan Taylor. He's a really good running back. He ran for over 100 yards. He's been terrific this season. And all of those things are true, but I think the 49ers obviously have a really good run game and something that they want to continue to establish. Last week, the 49ers were able to run the ball 44 times. I didn't think they had a whole lot of success in the sense of yards per carry, but they just said, you know what, regardless of that, we're going to just run the rock. I think that they will have more success running. Now, will they be able to run the ball 44 times? Like, that's a crazy number. All right, I don't know about that, but 30 times, I can see the 49ers being like, all right, we're going to run the ball 30 times and have even more yards and a better yard per carry average than they did a week ago against the Rams. There were gaping holes everywhere. I thought there were a lot of areas that the 49ers will be able to take advantage of on the ground. The Bills just lost to the Jaguars. I think the Bills put up 6 points. I think a big part of that is I would assume that the Bills have no run game. That's been the biggest problem with the Buffalo Bills, right? No run game. And I'm going to tell you why that's an issue. When you get in situations with Jaguars, just from what I noticed, if you get into like this drop back throwing game, I thought they were good. The pass rush was good. Now, not saying that they got there every play, but Josh Allen is a problem. The defensive end for the Jaguars, he's a problem. And they will get pressure on you as a quarterback. So you don't want to get in situations where you have to throw. You really want to run the ball to really set up the throw, maybe slow down that pass rush. You don't want to get into just this drop back passing game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was what I noticed early on. You want to run the ball. and let that run game win you the game. I thought you could overpower them. I thought they were like just gaping lanes. When you look at Elijah Mitchell and what he is, I think there's clear areas of where he's going to be able to break off and rip off some big runs. I see that a lot. I think that's what the 49ers, if they're going to win this game, which we hope the 49ers do, they're going to have to run the ball. Now, again, I think everybody would agree that last week after the game or Monday night against the LA Rams, everybody said, hey, 49ers, that's their identity. Their identity is running the ball. That's how the 49ers are going to win. They got their swagger back. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but I would say that everything in that game went great for the 49ers and was ideal. I don't know if the 49ers can play that football every week, right? To where you get 2 takeaways on the opposing team's first 2 drives. 49ers ain't got takeaways all year. They take away the ball the least amount in the NFL. They haven't gotten takeaways, but they get 2 in the first 2 drives. And what does that do? Makes it to where, okay, and one of them was a pick 6, so they're up 14-0. What does that do when you're up 14-0? We can run the ball. We don't have to play with any high-level sense of urgency, right? Okay, 3rd and short, boom. Okay, there we go, Jimmy. 3rd and short, boom. There we go, Jimmy. Run the ball. Kill clock. Ideally, of course, any team would want to do that every week. I don't think that that's going to be the case. The 49ers played better than they played all year. That was their most complete game. We've seen a drastic difference between how they play from week to week. More times than not, the 49ers have shown us to be a team that is a little bit more turnover prone. They shoot themselves in the foot a lot. They make a lot of mistakes throughout games. So I would assume that what we saw against the Rams was more of an anomaly, or as opposed to this is who the 49ers are. This is the brand. I don't think that's who the 49ers are. And if they are, we'll see. They're going to have to show us again. But they did some things in that game that they have not done all year. One, they did not turn the ball over. 49ers have turned the ball over at an alarming rate. They're minus in the turnover. They turn the ball over. 2, they took the ball away. They don't do that, but they did that game. They took the ball away twice. Hasn't been something they've done all year. 3, they were great on 3rd down. They've been one of the worst teams on 3rd down. And they were great on 3rd down that game. We're talking about 3 things that the 49ers have not been all year. And now they're going to be that for the rest of the season. I'm cautiously optimistic, right? Now, I hope they did. I think ideally Kyle Shanahan, he wants to run the ball anyway. So get the run game going with the Jaguars, because I do feel like if you start to lean on the passing game with them, I think their pass rush can kind of, even if it doesn't lead to a bunch of sacks, the pressure and everything closing in on Jimmy consistently, that could be something that kind of rattles him a little bit. Your honest opinion, do you think Kyle would have ran the ball in the Super Bowl versus Kansas City like he did versus the Rams? We would have beaten Kansas City? Yeah, it was tough. And I think sometimes, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. Sometimes when you run the rock, not when you run the rock. Sometimes coordinators, especially Kyle Shanahan, I noticed with him, he doesn't want to deviate from what his plan is or what things say he should do. So when you load the box like that, it's telling him from a number standpoint, we should be throwing the ball, right? We don't have the run lanes, everything's clogged up. They got everybody at the line. The numbers dictate that we throw the ball right here. So what Kansas City did was, all right, we're going to force you to throw the ball. We're going to take away the run. We're going to bring everybody up. We're going to take away the run, and we're going to force you to throw the ball, and we're going to force you to make your quarterback win the game. And that was what they did. So it's hard to say. Now, you watch the game against the Rams, what did he do? I even said it like, damn, I'm pretty sure Elijah Mitchell wants to stop running into 14 guys at the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball. He was just running into a brick wall every time, right? But they did it. They said, forget it. Like, we don't care what the numbers are. We're just going to do it. So if he would have did that, I think that would have maybe led to a victory for the 49ers. But Kyle, sometimes it's so like, scheme. What does the number say? And the numbers told him, against this front, you should throw the ball. So he threw the ball. I've always gotten on Kyle about like, bro, you don't want to make life easy on yourself? Like, how come the 49ers don't run any quick outs? Why don't the 49ers run any, just quick stops? Why does everything have to be so scheme dependent and schemed up? And I get it. It's schemed up to the point where if you hit it, it's big chunk plays, and that's the genius in Kyle. But I think sometimes he overthinks it a little bit. Like, Kyle, how come you don't just attack this cornerback? Look, this cornerback sucks. Everybody's been eating on this corner all year. But Kyle's like, no, 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 no. My scheme, my scheme, my scheme. So we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate that. Appreciate the contribution. Tired of the negativity. my guy Jason, me and Jason FaceTime last night. Man, that's my dog right there. All right. Here we go. So I was talking about the 49ers and kind of how they want to win. And again, they're gonna have to run the ball because that's a glaring weakness in the Jaguars defense. I feel like now I haven't looked at the numbers. I'm just watching the game. I'm just like, run lanes are there, left and right, being able to break off gashing, gaping runs. All right. So you definitely want to do that. All right. Now, you don't want to get caught up in the situation where you want to turn Jimmy Garoppolo into a drop back passer. I think ideally that's just not who Jimmy is, but also that's not what Kyle wants. That's not what Kyle thinks is going to be a successful way for his team to win. Excuse me. Josh Allen active. I talked about him, how active he is in the passing game, like against the pass. I thought Josh Allen was, very disruptive while getting back there. He's somebody that's going to flash. They're going to send him on blitzes. They're going to do different, stunts with him and things like that. Josh Allen is active. You don't want him to take over the game. And I think that's what he did against Buffalo. I didn't watch the Buffalo game. I saw some highlights, though, as I was watching it and what he was doing. And he had like a sack strip. He had an interception. He had like a fumble recovery. Like he was going crazy against Buffalo. So you definitely want to try to limit him. The best way to limit him, run the ball. Don't put your quarterback in a situation where he has to drop back and throw. All right. And my last note for the 49ers offense, again, 49ers, get the run game going. Because that pass rush for Jacksonville is pretty solid. Like, and again, I don't think it led to a bunch of sacks, but just the pressure that the quarterback was consistently under. That was something that it was, you could see it. All right. Now let's talk about the Jaguars offense. I know I'm saying Jaguars wrong. Jaguars. How do I say it, man? Y'all let me know. All right. They got 3 running backs. All right. I think we all know they got Carlos Hyde. And it was interesting seeing Carlos Hyde be the first running back. He got the start. He got the first carry. I was like, okay, hard. Robinson must be out. No, Robinson was playing. And Robinson was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. All right. So that was Jaguar. Is it really Jaguar? Jaguar. Am I saying that right? Zombie Land? Jaguar. Jaguar. Okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna call them the Jags. I'm gonna call them the Jags. But they got 3 running backs. All right, you got Carlos Hyde. I thought he was gonna be, I thought he was like a spellback or something like that. They got Robinson. Robinson was a 1,000-yard runner, and he runs well. He's a 1,000-yard rusher just a year ago. And then they have the X factor. They got the X factor. This guy Agnew, who claims to be the fastest player on the Jacksonville football team. I ain't gonna say Jaguar, whatever. He's the fastest Jacksonville Jag. All right, Agnew. And when you watch how they utilize him, I saw them give him the rock on jet sweep. All right, and just, he's flying. I saw them just hand the rock to him. He got out of there on it was a long run, 60, 70-yard touchdown run. He's fast, and he will outrun your defense. The other thing I saw with Agnew, they will utilize him in the passing game. I talked about that throw that Trevor Lawrence, man. Let me see if I can show y'all. It was early in the game. Hold on. I'm going to share this with y'all. Hopefully I don't get the thing taken down. I'm going to try to just show that one clip. All right. So let me find it. 1 second, y'all. But, it was a beautiful throw by Trevor Lawrence down the left sideline. I was like, ooh, that was a good one. But didn't matter. It was incomplete. And it just shows you kind of the level of, like, how good, where's it at? How good Trevor Lawrence has to be. Let's see, is it right here? No, not here. But yeah, they will. Man, it's so hard. Just watch. Then the Jags got a punt blocked. It's just, Gosh, it just looks so difficult, everything. Oh, here we go. All right. I'm gonna share this screen. Hopefully they don't we just gonna we just gonna run this one play. All right, so hopefully they don't hit me for the copyright infringement stuff. All right, we're gonna share the screen. This is Agnew. And also I want to show you just the level of difficulty it is like for Trevor Lawrence. All right, but here we go. Sharing the screen. All right, watch this throw. Are you guys able to see it good?
Pushed back by Al-Qadim Muhammad and Bobby Okereke.
Now this is Agnew. I think this is the guy. I think he's the X factor.
Lawrence looking to throw. Steps up.
It's going to be the next one. Good morning, Mama. See my mama in here.
There is a flag down. So Zaire
I see my mama in here.
blocked the punt.
But yeah, so we're going to see
a
right
tackle for a
now,
loss
after this
as we
play, they were
await
backed up.
the call from
You're going to
Tony
see Trevor
Correnti.
Lawrence. They just make everything so difficult for themselves.
Holding offense.
Turn the commentary off.
The
Okay.
penalty has been declined. Result of the play creates third down.
There we go. This should be the play right here. So, I mean, he has to drop back. Look, get it out. Look at this throw. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, man. That was a great play. Great play by the DB. But that just kind of shows you, you know, Agnew, I feel like they're going to try to use him in a bunch of different ways. And he is someone who you definitely don't want to have that big play. I saw them throw the ball downfield to him. I saw them use him on jet sweep. Obviously, like I said, he had the big run. Agnew, I think he's the X factor for the team. Now, another thing they did, they used Chenault like Debo. They put Chenault in the backfield and just handed the ball off to him like he was a running back. So he definitely is a guy who Chenault, they're going to try to figure him out. So I talked about 3 running backs that they have: Carlos Hyde, Robinson, Agnew being the X factor. All right. And he's the speedy guy and he's the game breaker. And he broke off a big run. And maybe I'll go to the big run that he had. But he broke off a big run. So you got to be worried about that with him. But yeah, you don't want to let him go. And then Chenault. They're going to look to potentially get the ball into Chenault's hands any way possible. Obviously, like, you know, Chenault, he's a guy who is more like a Debo Samuel type guy, and they're gonna, you know, try to figure out ways to get the ball in his hand any way possible. All right, here we go. Let's share the screen again one more time. Here is Agnew. All right, so you got shotgun to the right. Now just watch the speed. Gone. And when you're that fast, you just make it look really easy. You make it look really easy. So I'm, you know, again, that's the X factor right there. That's the X factor right there. So yeah, Agnew, grand big speed. But yeah, I mean, obviously this game for the 49ers is a very winnable game. It is the 49ers that should win if they are who we think they are. Now, again, I just don't know who the 49ers are. And maybe you guys could take me. So y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? Putting the link in the chat. Y'all come on. Anything that you guys want to talk about from this game. I talked about the Jaguars because, the Jags. I talked about the Jags because, you know, that's the team that you guys don't know about. We all know about the 49ers. But anything that you guys feel is worthy of talking about in this matchup, feel free to come on. Good morning to my mama. All right. So there's the chat. I expect to see y'all pumping in here. Here we go. Got my dog Dion on first. All right, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. So the floor is yours for the rest of this time being. Appreciate everybody that's been in here, everybody that's in the chat. If you enjoy this show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Saw some people saying that this is their favorite 49ers show. I love that. I love that. Appreciate y'all, man. You know, I'm just hearing. I wanted to make this like a radio show. This isn't supposed to be something that's like super formal or anything like that. Like, obviously, I'll come on here with some topics, but I just want to come on here and just talk football with y'all. Like, man, let's just talk about the 49ers. Let's just talk about it. And that's what this platform is for. So basically a radio show. That's what this is. I should change the name. 49ers Morning Radio Show. That's what this should be. This game is where Fred can turn the season around, I think. I think the defense will win this game for the Niners. It's the Jaguar. Jaguar. All right. I'm gonna get that right. Hey, hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. Our guy Fred, gets really going, locked in, really going for some takeaways. But here we go. We got my dog Dion, man. What's good with you, bro?
What's good with you, Crock? How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm doing good, man. What do you think when you think of the 49ers against the Jags? What comes to your mind as like just like key to victory?
The key to victory is starting. You got to you got to stop their defense more. So honestly, on offense, it's Agnew and probably Chenault. Those are the big guys. They do have Marvin Jones Jr., but he hasn't been a factor. And the reason that I state that is because I have him on fantasy. He ain't been doing much of nothing all year long. Marvin should have went ahead and stayed hanging out with Matthew Stafford if he really wanted some numbers. But we'll say that give me a sec, man. They out here doing early in the morning. They always got to do that. But basically, it's a situation, man, where for us, we get the run game going. I think that's the key. You get the run game going, you beat the Jags up, keep them on the field for a long time, wear that defense down. And the key is you got to figure out how to stop Josh Allen. You got to be mindful of Miles Jack. You know what I'm saying? They got the dude, I believe his name is Kaylavon Chason, and he hasn't done much of anything all year. I think that was like the first round pick.
From LSU.
Yeah, he ain't been doing much of anything all year. But the key is for us, run the ball. Make sure we do the same thing we did last week. Run the ball to set up the pass. I don't say we can run it 44 times, but if we can, it'd be great. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of minimize any mistakes. The other thing, when you flip to the other side of the ball, making sure that kid Agnew don't get behind you, because that young man got some burners. Because that play you just showed, I saw that. Like, I saw that on, like, the highlight show, game day final. Ooh, Jesus, he put the burners on. So you got to be real mindful of dudes like that, because they get behind you, you ain't catching them. You know, unless you got speed for speed match, you're not going to catch dudes like that. And then to be like that, that's probably where it starts and where it stops is Agnew, Chenault, because I don't see other playmakers really that do a lot for them. I got to dig a little deeper into the game, and dig a little deeper into the numbers to kind of see, how we can beat that defense. But once again, this is not a defense that you scoff at, because they held the Bills, which is a very high-powered offense, only to 6 points, man. They defense balled out. So, it's definitely that was a defensive struggle for both sides of the ball. I don't want that. I want us to be able to get in there and play. Kid you not, just hoping and praying. I played them on Madden twice. First time I beat them 45-7. The second time I beat them 31-11. So, I mean, it worked out. I put it on like 6 minutes, because if you put on 15 minutes, the scores can be astronomical in Madden. You know how that works. But those are the real keys to the offense. For the defense, man, it's just playing sound football, being smart. Doing your job, running your assignments, and continuing to keep the chemistry going. I like the fact that it's funny because everybody says, well, man, that was a statement game. That was the best game. I think, honestly, that was Jimmy Ward doing what he was supposed to do. Jimmy Ward came in there and said, look, everybody get out. Time for us to talk. We tired of y'all. Whatever y'all are saying ain't getting through to these people. We need to talk. And whether there was or was not yelling or screaming, either way, people started to be held accountable. And I think Jimmy Ward is that leader, because Fred is a quiet dude. He doesn't lead by example like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy Ward said it in the beginning in his first press conference. If I got to be an asshole, I got to be an asshole. So, it's definitely a great thing. I think that's what we needed. We needed Jimmy back to be able to, kind of proverbially grab people by the helmet and say, get it together. We got to get out here and get these dubs. We can't keep losing like this, and yeah, everybody asking for Trey, man. Most likely we don't see him this season. Unless we just go on a serious losing streak, which none of us want, you're not going to see him. I think they're going to hold him out. They may, if by some reason we sneak into the playoffs, they may throw in some packages for him just to be able to throw the defense off because the run game is way more dynamic with Trey Lance in there because you don't know who's got the ball now. If you got Jimmy in there, Jimmy ain't holding. He ain't pulling the ball and running no damn where. That is not his thing.
Yeah,
So,
that was actually one of my notes I have on here. Wentz held the edge. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it, but hold on. Hold on.
I see it.
Back up a little bit. It's right there. See,
Wentz held the edge.
Held edge. Yeah. So what I meant by that was I saw some runs where with Jonathan Taylor, where Wentz was in shotgun, and obviously like when he goes to give hand the ball off, the edge can't crash down because they're worried about Wentz keeping it and going around the corner. So that helped, hold defenders on the backside of the run game so that they couldn't just crash down and make tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of it. Like when they ran like that whole game, I'm thinking to myself, man, if you mix Trey in on those runs, you would scare that defense, in ways you couldn't imagine. But it worked. We won. Got to take the W's where you can get them. This next game, we should get in there and we should win. There shouldn't be a reason why we don't. I see us at least beating them. I see us at least giving them a good little 28 to 10 or 28 to 7 type beat down. We should be able to hold that offense down. Like I said, outside of probably Agnew getting behind us, anybody else we can catch. I think our safeties are pretty solid and curious to see if Tart is healthy and if Greenlaw is healthy, whether they rotate them in slowly or whether they just give these dudes back their spots. Because Alshire been balling, so you can't necessarily move him off that spot with Fred, and Hufanga he ain't look bad. So, even Kyle said, man, you got to earn your spot back. But that's still, I honestly think that's up to D'Amico more often than not. I think he's really going to tell him whether he's going to be able to do it. I think with Tart working back in and Greenlaw, you put him on a pitch count because you still got to remember your body got to get in football shape. You can't just walk out there and back on the field and everything clicks. It's you got to build up. I've even heard people say football callus. Like your body builds up a callus over the years because you start getting hit at that time and things like that. But appreciate you having me on, Crock. But those are the keys to the game, man. X factor is going to be the running game, and hopefully they don't run Mitchell too much. Please, Kyle, give Trey Sermon a couple touches, man. Hook the boy up. He ain't done nothing wrong, man.
Yeah. All right, Dion. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Right. Appreciate you, Crock. Have a good one.
All right. Here we go. So y'all already know who's next. My guy Ricky Williams, aka Ryan, man. What's good, Ryan?
What's up, man? Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. What would you say the key to victory is for the 49ers? Maybe like one main thing that you're looking for.
Main thing, I'll say this. Stretching the field, not only going vertical but horizontal.
Yeah.
I think that defense for the Jaguar, they need to be thinned out a lot. You know what I'm saying? If they understand where their assignments are, I think they can cause trouble. The defense can really pick up on certain things and they can be more reactive, you know what I mean, and just go off instinct. That would be my first thing because I watched a couple of Jaguar games just to look at Lawrence. I mean, not Lance, but Lawrence. He loves the tight end. They even traded for one around like week 3 to get a tight end to help him out. But we know Jimmy can shut that down. But he doesn't mind going to him. He'll take that 18-yard out route or throughout the seam. He'll dump it there real fast. And also, they do use their running back, Robinson, very well. You know what I mean? He's a little thick little guy. And when you hit him, he just don't fall forward. Fall down. He falls forward. Like, he keep trucking them legs. So, to make sure they stay sound in tackling, group tackling, run the ball, and I think we should be all right, though. Don't turn the ball over and really just try to establish their dominance on the offensive side. And I think the Jaguars will become throw happy, and we should win the game that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I think the biggest thing is, with the 49ers, it's, who are they, right? Like, what team is going to show up? I think for a majority of this season so far, right? Still kind of early, barely past midway point in the season. Trying to figure out who the 49ers are. What is the identity of this team? I think a lot of people feel like 49ers got back to their identity in the last game. My thing is, will that be consistent? Because for the most part, that's not really what we've seen them to be throughout this year. A team that didn't, commit penalties that really hurt them. They didn't turn the ball over. They got takeaways. It's like, man, that hasn't been them. So I'm really curious to see if the 49ers can continue to be that. And I think if they can, I think that will lead to them being able to run the ball more, control the game, and do those type of things. I think that'll really help.
TOP. That should be our goal. TOP, time of possession. I think whenever we have that time of possession, time of possession for me as a Niner fan means identity. It means in the trenches, we are making the other team bend to our will. Time of possession. That means we have consistent running game and we're moving the ball on third downs throughout any time in 20, whenever we're winning the game or being productive, time of possession, and just really getting good yards per average, man. And I think that's what's going to be the key to our game. And I think that would make that defense tire out because, how Kyle utilized different routes and stuff of that nature to tire out the secondary. But then also it leaves those gapping lanes open for the running backs to hit it. And I'm with Dion. Can we get Trey? I mean, can we have a sermon? Can we come together and pray and get a sermon at least 5 to 7 carries so we can see the man?
Right.
But yeah, man, that's all. That's all, Brody.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
That's my guy Ricky Williams, aka Ryan. Here we go. Got a contribution here. The Colts ran the ball really well against the Jaguars. Can we turn our play action into tutties, aka touchdowns? Trent Williams versus Josh Allen. So if I'm the Jags, I keep moving Josh Allen around. I'm not just gonna line Josh Allen up against Trent Williams every play. No, best tackle in the league, and it's not close. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna move him over. Who's the 49ers right tackle? Is it gonna be Moore? Is it gonna be Compton? I think that's their best chance. Also, kind of mix them in with some stunts to get him rushing off the inside. Maybe use his speed against a guy like Brunskill. If I'm the Jags, that's what I do. I don't look to just make it a one-on-one battle between Josh Allen and Trent Williams. Williams is just too good, and he's really just killing Guy Spears. He's been doing this little thing. I've never seen anybody else do it. My guy from DSF San Francisco, my guy Graham, I've been watching him do it, show it, where like Trent Williams is doing this thing where he just kind of like pulls the guy down. It's like he just like it's crazy. He just and then the guy just falls down. Have y'all seen it? What he's doing, what Trent Williams is doing? I've never seen anybody else do this before. The guy will rush at him and he just boom, boom. And then the guy just like bent over and then he just like pushes him down. One of the craziest things I've seen, especially coming from an offensive line. So I don't even know if that's like good technique. I don't know. It's not your standard, like what I've seen linemen get taught, where it's just like kick step, punch, long arm, like all that stuff. It ain't that. It's just, and then the next thing you know, the guy's on the ground. Damn, here we go. I'm messing up my mic over here. All right, but anyways, 49ers, the Colts ran the ball really well. 49ers are going to have to establish it. Now, can the 49ers turn the play action into tutties? Here's the thing. The 49ers have been the team that want to establish the run and have the pass game work off the run, right? Now, there are some teams you would think, like, ain't that what most teams want? But, like, there are some teams like Kansas City, they don't give a damn about the run game. Like, they want to throw. They're not even running to set up the throw. They'll run a little bit to kind of keep you honest, just a little bit, but they want to throw the ball. The 49ers, they definitely really want to run to set up the pass, right? To, make things look the same, Psych, big play action, hit a crosser, big chunk play. Like, that's what ideally the 49ers want to do. I'd say last game, the 49ers ran the ball to run the ball. I don't even know if there was a play action, like a legit, like outside zone stretch, boom, psych, big play action, throw. Like, I don't even know if there was that last game. It was crazy. 49ers really ran the ball just to run the ball. So I don't know if that's something that would be consistent. Is that their new identity? I have seen something like Jimmy Garoppolo's been in shotgun like 90% of his snaps over the last few weeks. That's a new wrinkle that the 49ers have done. They haven't really had him under center. And maybe Jimmy Garoppolo is just somebody who's more comfortable playing from shotgun. And the results would, I think they'd agree with that, which shouldn't be too surprising because that's kind of what he was at New England, right? Like that's what he's coming from. Organization that, is primarily in shotgun, not a whole lot of under center type stuff. How does that mess up what Kyle Shanahan wants to do? I'd say this: it shows that Kyle Shanahan can adapt to what he feels like his quarterback does well. So, big ups to Kyle for making that adjustment, and it seems like it's been working for Jimmy Garoppolo. Here we go, my guy Darius. What's good, Darius?
Hey, top of the morning, Niner family.
Top of the morning, yes,
man?
sir.
Yeah, man. So I feel like number one thing they gotta do is just execute. That's it. We've seen them execute perfectly against the Rams. I do feel that was a little bit of a unicorn game as far as we had a Rams coming in that was they was missing one of their receivers in Woods. Odell Beckham, he kind of slowed up their game because they like to go no huddle and all that, and they had to huddle up for Odell, and then some plays they couldn't even audible out because Odell don't know what's going on. But besides that, we was 5 for 5 on third down conversions. Ran the ball excellent. Defense, no pass interferences, and so I feel like that's the key. If the Niners want to win, it's just about playing clean games. Like when we lost to Green Bay, we wasn't playing clean game. When we lost to Seattle, that wasn't clean. Even when we lost to Arizona, we went to Arizona and Trey had us in it. But the penalties and all that, pass interferences, those are they really psych you in the stomach, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? Knocks the air out of you. So I feel like if our boys can get out there and just execute, because they got it. I was watching the Mic'd Up episode with Trent Williams, and I love seeing that kind of stuff. 'Cause I like to see like the chemistry that they have and how they interact, and I can see the real genuine love. Like these dudes they're really in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're losing, but it's not a team that's out there just like whatever. You know what I mean? Just give me my check. Like, I'm done with this. Like they're really fighting out there. And I watched the interview with Daniel Brunskill, and he was talking about, Trent, Lincoln, and Alex. Those are the leaders, and they go to Mike's house and they get together and they watch film and they practice at Mike's house. You feel me? And it's like it took me back to them high school days. You feel me? Shout out Delta Kings. You know what I'm saying? Amos Alonzo Stagg. You feel me?
Yes,
209. You know about that? Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about. But to me
what
back
year
to
were you
those
at
days when we
Stag?
used to practice. I was there from 2001 to 2004.
Okay, so you was there with my brother Donald Salter.
What, DJ? That's my boy. You crazy? Come
Yeah,
on, man. That's my boy, man.
my best friend. Like my shoes. I mean, we was on FaceTime last night for
Right.
let's see how
Curtis
long, man.
Phillips and all them. Come on, man.
Yeah, Donald. Yeah, that's my
So,
brother right there. He done been out here kicking it with me out here in the South. Yeah, we
is
was
that
talking about
right?
planning a little. I'll be out there for Christmas, but we was talking about doing like a little Christmas little getaway at a cabin or something. But yeah, but anyways, go ahead.
That's right. Yeah. So so Donald was there too. So we get together on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? We get our pads and we put the practice in, put the work in, and so that's the kind of feeling that I got from him. Like, man, these dudes, like win, lose or draw, like they're not giving up on us, and I'm not gonna give up on them. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how Jalen and Tom Compton is getting better. I found it kind of interesting though. He didn't say nothing about Banks. No mention of Banks. So it's like that was kind of like, damn, you feel me? But other than that, though, it's like I see a team that's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, other than that, I see a team that's really they down for one another, man. Like I was like I said on the Trent when he was mic'd up, they was talking about I love you, whoop whoop, and it's just like, damn, bro, like our boys are really out there trying to play, man. And I feel like we can get past these next two games. I really do in my heart feel like we could beat Seattle, and the test will come when we see Tennessee. But I honestly feel like Jags, Vikings, and Seattle, those are winnable games. Like we should come out of that if we play a clean game and just don't do nothing, to shake the momentum, man, because that's really what's been doing it. And I'm still going to advocate for Josh Norman. I know he's been messing up. He's the main one that be getting the PIs and all that. But if they could just hold that down, because last game was straight, man. Last game was straight, and we need that every game. We need those executions we just need it. So yeah, that's what's my take on it for the victory, man.
And I think you're on to it, man. I think most people would say too, if the 49ers can play like how they played last game, then they'll win. Like not just this game. I mean, they'll win a bunch of games, right? Like it was mistake free. They took the ball away. They executed. They got the run game going. I saw some people in the comments like boring football, good football, like whatever. Like that worked for them. Like run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Like, okay, third down, convert at a high level. My pushback is the 49ers just haven't been there. So we're going to see if they can do it. If they can do it 2 weeks in a row, I don't care. I don't even care if it's against the Jags. If they do it, okay, let's go. Let's go. Now go play Vikings. Okay, we need some more of that. And then we can continue to do that. Then, a lot of people are counting this team out as being a playoff team, but they'd be, if they play that type of football, why can't they be?
That was the vision that Kyle had when he was talking all that Super Bowl run stuff. That I seen it. That night I said, okay, yeah, I understand what Kyle was talking about. I see what Kyle sees in them. You know what I'm saying? So all that, the doghouse crap, like whatever, but I understand a little bit now. Okay, like Kyle's seeing something in him and he just wanted to provoke it out of him. Maybe his means to the end could have been different. Like, he could have went about it a different way. But I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Niners really can. They can make a real run. If they play like that, they can make a real run. And before I get out of here, I want to address that cat Roscoe, because he got on here talking greasy yesterday. Yes, I do refer to myself as a GM because I'm buying these tickets. I'm buying this merchandise. I feel like I'm paying these people's taxes. So I'm going to include myself in the boardroom decisions. I know they don't care about what I got to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. All right?
They're going to hear you worse.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing worse than when fans come for each other, man. Hey, man, check this out, man. You can't take this stuff personal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they going to do what they want to do, but we can always voice our opinions for sure. And don't hurt me. Don't hate me for me stating mine, man. Because I feel like you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I am the GM. I am running things in my head. But
me too, man.
For sure, man. But thank you, man. Y'all have a good day. Go Niners, man. We're gonna blow them out. Yeah.
Real quick, did you play football for Stag your senior year?
Yes, sir. I was number 34. I was the starting running back.
I had 2 interceptions against y'all.
Listen, we was trash, bro. If it wasn't Franklin, you know what I'm saying? Usually I was hurt for practice, man. I ain't practicing this week. I'll just come to the game, But if it wasn't Franklin or who else was easy? It was Franklin and Tracy West. You could beat them. But Tokay was hard. Lincoln, you already know Lincoln gave out headaches.
Yeah, especially that year with Billy Smith and them. Yeah. I had two. I had 2
Lavelle Hawkins. He was the truth.
Oh yeah, I had 2 interceptions against y'all. We played on SJTV that game. So
right.
Yeah. But all right, man. I appreciate you coming on, Darius.
For sure, man. Likewise.
All right.
Peace.
All right. I said, Dale Crock, you a villain for that. Nah, man. Y'all had 2 interceptions. So we played his high school. I think that was like week 4. I want to say. My memory's getting kind of shot, but I only know that because I only played a couple more games. Then I was suspended. I was ineligible for the rest of that year. But that against his high school Stag, against him, I did have 2 interceptions on TV, so that was pretty cool. One of them I got up, dusted my shoulders off. I'm telling you, I really thought I was Deion Sanders, man. Appreciate everybody that's coming to the chat, man. We talked about the game. We talked about everything that's kind of can go into the 49ers being able to get a victory here. Again, I think if they can continue to play like what they did against the Rams, 49ers can beat anybody. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They didn't turn the ball over. They took the ball away, and they were great on third downs. They ran the ball well. If they continue to do that, 49ers can beat anybody in the NFL. My issue, I don't even want to say my issue. My question is, can they keep being that? Can they keep being that team that executes at a high level, that doesn't shoot themselves in the foot? It's better on third downs. They've been one of the worst teams in the league. It's better with taking the ball away, one of the worst in the league. Turnover ratio, one of the worst in the league. Penalties, it's just on and on, all these different things that lead up to a team being bad. The 49ers have kind of been that. And the one time they weren't, it was against the Rams. So can the 49ers continue to be that? I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. Got my guy Chris Roscoe's. He's in here. He laughed. Caleb was a bad QB. You got two lucky picks. Yeah, Caleb Madura, right? Wasn't that his name? Madura, something like that. But yeah, Chris in here. Yeah, man. Hopefully 49ers. I think that's the winning recipe, and I think most people will agree with that. But can they keep doing that? Can they keep doing that? That's gonna be a tough thing. But man, we're gonna cut it short today, man. I appreciate everybody's in here. If you like this show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I think we're prepared. I think the 49ers are prepared. I think the fans are prepared. Got my time. It's a noon kickoff against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Has 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm ready for the game, y'all. If you like this show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Underdog Fantasy, we're going to be in this. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Crocky. Got a new sponsor of the show coming up soon. I'll be adding that to all the little stuff that we got going on, put together a little pitch and all that. But I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all make my mornings go by. I have a good time. My wife's in there. She's ready to, talk it up with me and everything like that. Spend some time with the wife. Got some other stuff I got to knock out. Lions, sports, all the stuff I got to do with them. Got a new, I don't want to say podcast, but if you are into betting, me and Lions were teaming up. They got this new app. It's called the Caller app. So download the Caller app and, I'll tweet it out or whatever. You guys can subscribe to our little channel, but we'll be talking about betting, whether it's, over-unders on games, over player props, things like that. So tune into all that, man. Y'all know I got a lot going on. I had to figure this stuff out, man. If what we need to do a show on is, y'all let me know, man. I don't know how many of y'all in here. Oh, my guy Eddie lost out on Underdog Fantasy. Missed that Underdog Fantasy by 2 Hunter Henry catches. That's a tough one. If y'all don't, we show what Underdog Fantasy is, man. And I don't know. What are the 49ers? Let's see if they got the 49er players props up yet. Let's go. Hold on. I didn't plan on doing this, but we'll see. We'll see if they got the 49ers. I want to see what it looks like. I just want to see what it looks like. So let's see what they're talking about. They don't have too much up right now. They just have, and I'll share my screen. I just saw Jimmy Garoppolo, and so just so y'all can see how Underdog Fantasy works. Again, if you are interested in Underdog Fantasy, you guys can see it right here. If you are interested in it, again, it's promo code Crocky. All right. So go to Underdog Fantasy. Right here. Is Jimmy Garoppolo going to throw for 251 yards? So it's going to do over or under 251.5 yards. If you think he's going to throw for more than that, hit the over. If you guys think that the 49ers are going to come out and they're going to throw the ball, run the ball a ton, and he's not going to throw the ball a whole lot, hit the under. Is George Kittle going to have over 63.5 yards? I'm going to definitely hit the over on that. And then you look at Trevor Lawrence. He's going to throw the ball a lot. Laviska Shenault, 34.5 receiving yards. Here we go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Y'all tell me what I should do here. What should we play? All right, so we got Underdog Fantasy right here. Y'all let me know what I should play from this 49ers game. Jimmy, over and under. What we taking? All right, I'm going with y'all. So, man, y'all better be right so we can win me some money. Jimmy Garoppolo, over and under. What are we doing? Are we taking the over on, 253.5 yards? or 251.5 yards? Are we taking the over or under on Jimmy Garoppolo? What y'all think? I'm looking in the chat. Y'all let me know. Under. I'm saying under. Favorite food or snacks while watching the game? Oh, okay. I got to answer that. Under. All right. So everybody's saying under. All right. So boom. We're going to go with the under on Jimmy Garoppolo. All right. George Kittle, 63.5 yards. Are we taking the over or under on that? George Kittle, 63.5 yards. What we doing, y'all? Over or under on George Kittle? 63.5 yards. George Kittle. Are we taking the over or under? Over on Kittle. Okay, I got one over on Kittle. To answer your question, Chris, I'm thinking I really like wings. I love eating wings. I might watch the 49ers game at Buffalo Wild Wings. So I can give me some wings and fries. Like, I like chill. Crazy thing is, I actually don't like to eat a whole lot, especially when the 49ers are good. They haven't really been good this year, so I can eat. But when the 49ers are good and the games really matter, like my nerves and stuff like that, I actually don't be hungry, which is crazy. I actually don't really be hungry during the games. I have to wait till like after the game, or I have to eat before the game. I can't really eat during the game. I like just like too many nerves. So you guys are thinking over with Kittle, most of y'all. All right, so we're gonna go with the over. Here we go. Hold on. Over on Kittle. All right, here we go. Trevor Lawrence, 220 yards. Over or under? Over or under on Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence, what we doing, y'all? Over under 250 yards. What we doing? I mean, 220 yards, excuse me. 220 yards. Under on Lawrence. Okay, I see under on Lawrence. Hey, as far as a game prediction, I just saw that super chat. As far as the game prediction, I say 49ers win. I like them 31-17. I like 49ers 31-17. Might even go as far as say 31-13. So I think the spread on the game is -6.5 or around there. Take the 49ers and the points. So y'all going with the under. All right, he ain't getting off against us. Okay. I'm going with y'all. Y'all about to see what's about to happen. Again, if you want to get in on this action, y'all want to have fun like this, Underdog Fantasy, download the app, promo code Crocky, that's CROCKY. All right, promo code Crocky, CROCKY. All right, y'all, Marvin Jones. We could do Marvin Jones. We could do Agnew and the receiving yards. Do y'all think Agnew's going to get off? Laviska Shenault receiving 34.5 yards. All right, so let's go with Marvin Jones. 43.5 yards for Marvin Jones. What are y'all thinking? 43.5 yards for Marvin Jones. What are we thinking? I see Agnew over on receiving yards. Okay. It's a lot of receiving yards. Over on Jones. Okay, over. All right, I'm seeing the over on Jones, so we're going to go with the over on Jones. All right, and then we got Laviska Shenault, 34.5 receiving yards. What are y'all thinking? Shenault, 34.5. We taking the over, we taking the under on Shenault. I'm thinking under on Shenault. But what do y'all think? Doesn't seem like somebody that they're just really consistently getting the ball. 2. Under. I got my guy. He's been tuned in. He asked my guy Ellis, how do you stream live in the mornings? It's great. I appreciate it. Tune in right here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're live every Monday through Friday. And sometimes I'll go live before games. I won't go live before this game because I'll be out of town. But every morning, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, right here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get notified when we go live. My promo code is Crocky. So it's CROCKY. All right, CROCKY. Promo code Crocky. CROCKY. I'll type it in the thing. promo code Crocky. Here we go. Under on Chenault. I'm gonna go with the under on Chenault, y'all. I'm gonna go with the under on Chenault. All right, here we go. And then we got Agnew. 32.5 receiving yards. I don't think he's gonna get off as a receiver. I'm thinking the under. I'm thinking the under on Agnew's receiving yards. What y'all think? I'm thinking the under. Over? Over? All right. So we're going to go with the over on Agnew. All right, let's do it. Over on Agnew. Oops. Boom. Oh, I reached my limit on how many guys I could do. Okay, so here's my ticket right here. We got the under on Jimmy Garoppolo's 250. We got the over on George Kittle's 63.5. The under on Trevor Lawrence's 220. The over on Marvin Jones 43.5, and the under on Chenault. I'm gonna put $5 on that. The payout is $100. All right, $5 I put in. Payouts $100. Submit. Confirm. Boom. There we go. All right, so y'all did that with me. Appreciate it. Obviously, you could do that for every team. You can do it for basketball, any sport that's in right now. Underdog Fantasy. Download the app. Promo code Crocky. All right. Everybody said the over on Agnew, man. They're saying the over. Some people say halo over. I appreciate everybody that's in here, man. I appreciate it. But that's gonna be it, man. That's gonna be it. Make sure if y'all haven't, he said, my guy Eddie said I need that 15% on that 100. I got you, E. I appreciate everybody that's in here again. Man, we come in here, it's like a radio show. We come in here, we chop it up, we talk, you know what I'm saying? We have a good time. I appreciate everybody that contributes to the show. I appreciate all the contributions. Appreciate my mama that's in here. Y'all say, good morning to my mama. And what's the meaning of frontline of the names Frontline Sports? You know, Chris, that's a good question because so we got some things coming out. I keep thinking I'm getting off, but I ain't getting off yet, man. We're finna chop it up a little bit. The meaning of Frontline Sports. So the definition of being frontline, and obviously you have frontline in war, right? Like the people that are out in front on war. And I think that has something to do with it as well. Just being out in front of something. The other definition of being frontline is the most influential like person in the movement, or so like if you look at, let me pull up the actual definition, but it's like most influential person in the movement. Frontline definition. So y'all can know what this frontline is about. All right, here we go. The most advanced, responsible, or visible position in a field or activity. All right. Obviously, in military, it's the people that are out at front, in combat. And when I think about like what it is that I try to do from, the standpoint of, things that I do working with kids, even on the media, like I want to be out front of everything. Like, man, we're going to get out front of this. And, we're going to stand on what it is that we're trying to do for positivity. So frontline sports media. I see I'll put the promo code up here. Promo code Rocky. So even with this media stuff, man, I mean, like nobody taught me business. Nobody. All right. So I'm learning it as I go. But as I'm learning, man, like, it can't just be about me. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring people with me. So Frontline Sports Media is going to actually be a media site, you know what I'm saying, where we, not so much a website, but just like, from a platform of podcasting, streaming, stuff like that. And I want to get other people on here. And, we're going to do this and, we're going to make some money, man. But we're going to be people that have our voice, and everybody's voice is going to be heard. So that's where Frontline Sports Media is. Right now, obviously, it's just been really me. So, it's more 49ers centric. But eventually, I'm going to have people that cover different teams, different sports, all that stuff, man. So Frontline Sports Media, you guys are here during the beginning stages of it. But what it's turning into, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be something big. Right here, I got my, it is an LLC, Frontline Sports Media LLC. You feel me? So I got, all my paperwork in there. I'm working through it, man. I'm setting everything up. Then I also have Frontline Sports Performance. So I got Frontline Sports Performance, got a gym being built right here outside of my house, 12,000 square foot sports performance facility. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting that going. Same thing, get to impact the kids, the youth, be a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like somebody that they could look up to and kind of, show them the way. So I am looking for a soccer guru, man. All that, soccer, and you could talk about it, and you know how to speak about it, and you're comfortable doing that, man. Let's get this soccer podcast going. Somebody said, Crock, remove that tiny text on your the logo. It looks tiny here, but you can see it on my actual logo. If I just showed you the actual logo, you can see it really good. Mentor, that's what I'm trying to say, Mom. That's the word I'm looking for, Mama. Mentor. But yeah, that's what we're doing, man. Frontline Sports. That's what it is. You got Frontline Sports Performance, Frontline Sports Media. Got the clothes coming. Next week, I'll have the beanies. I'll have the hats. We're gonna have the flat bill hats. We're gonna have the flat bill. We got the dad hats and the beanies. That's coming next week. So it's actually done. I can show y'all pictures of it actually. You know what I'm saying? So we got the beanies. Boom. Y'all see it right there. Frontline Sports. Got the red logo. Boom. All right. And then we also got the hats. Boom. All right. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. That'll be here next week. You know what I'm saying? Get that all going. But yeah, appreciate everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. But I got some work I got to get to. So I'm going to get out here. I appreciate everybody. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Crocky. Make sure y'all get that. All right, man. I'm out, man. Peace.
Intercepted. It is picked off by Eric Crocker. Over midfield. He'll run it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Crock Talk TV podcast. Peace.